Hey, so I've been doing this little YouTube thing briefly. Had some long videos. No one's got attention span for that shit no more. So you gotta be quick, short, to the point, brief. Try and be a little funny if you can. Hey, people laugh at me all the time, so it's okay. It doesn't bother me. So I don't give a shit about the hair or any of that stuff. It is what it is. I'm always just straight up raw. Take it or leave it. Really don't give a fuck. But this one's gonna be a little different. I'm just gonna talk in general. We all have a purpose in this world, and for a lot of us, we don't know what the hell that is, or it's hard to figure out. We think it's got to do with what we become: doctors, lawyers, scientists, all those type of things. And then some of us have other purposes: to be artistic, creative, to write, to act, to sing. But we all have a purpose. And I think that's the hard part, is actually, what is mine? Like, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? And I guess for me, that's what the last few years have been like. Becoming more aware, leveling up, as we put the terms on it, growth, evolving, spiritually becoming more awake, conscious. So for me, it's just like, okay, yo, be you. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Just be who I am and say what the hell I gotta say. Like, really, really gotta say. And what I really, really think about certain things. So today, this one's just gonna be about the universe. And how does it communicate? How do we listen? How do we understand? How do we know we're on the right path? These are all questions. I don't know if anyone really has the answers. We have some thoughts on it, of what we should be doing. But for me, I've really kind of become a lot more aware of those things. I told you about the interview I had, and then someone else connected to, and they're not supposed to be around. Like, they were this and this. So when I had that vision change of, like, the interview went from this time to this time, and then I was going to see that person, it was vivid. Like, it was just like I could see it. And literally, it's like when I came out the office, it was like my head was down, kind of like in the vision, and then up, turn up, and bam. And it was just like, yeah, it was okay. I hear you. Like, I'm connected. I'm understanding, maybe. And then I've looked back, and it's like, you ever think of someone you haven't seen in a long time, and then you run into them maybe, or they call? And this is why I say, it's like, we are energy. But if I'm really going to say what I think, well, it's kind of like this. I've been around different religions growing up with what I was raised and what my friends were, which was completely different. So I've always had like an openness when it came to religion, and be like, okay. It's a lot of control, a lot of dictatorship, a lot of beneathing, belittling, less than. And to me, that isn't what a God or anything would really be. It would want you to be everything you can be and more. Right? I think man is the one who wants to keep us at a certain level, not a God or a spirit or whatever it is out there. So for me, it's just like, I've learned what I've learned, and my thoughts are my thoughts. And to me, I look at it like this, like, maybe we're just, God is complete existence. Like, this is God, me. Life. That's God. This time frame, this time, this place, right here, right now. Everything around us. We're all connected. We know about the butterfly effect and things like this. So we know the ripples that go through the universe. So if we looked at each other like, hey, maybe we're just one energy, part of one soul. God, that God is life, God is existence, and we're all a part of that. So instead of looking at each other like, oh, they're not my enemy, or they're this, or they're different than me, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my blood, that's my family, that's a part of me. Maybe if we looked at each other like that, we'd be a lot different. That's just my thought. But for me, spirituality, I don't like preaching that stuff to people. I've never told people whatever my religion was, oh, be like me or do this and this. You choose to be who you want to be. You choose to be what feels right within inside of you. No one has the right to tell you, oh, you should believe this, this, and this. Psh, who are they? They're nobody. You believe what you believe, and you feel what you feel. To me, it's just all the religions are just all about control and dictatorship. To me, God, life, that's us, that's existence. It's like past lives, things like this. I've had friends lose a child, crib death. But I've also heard people say at times, it's like, maybe in that past life, that child needed to hear or feel that love before it could go to the next level, because it never got that in the previous life. And maybe it was just here for a short time, but it just needed to feel that love. And so to me, that's kind of how I look at life. It's like, yeah, we die, but we also come back. And that is something I do believe, because I've had connections and I know they're not from this lifetime, and I know they go so far back. And I've met a lot of different types of people in my life, and I'm pretty certain of it. That is one. And it's about growth, evolving. It's like, this life, have I suffered? Am I successful? It's a balance. We're all going to go through all things throughout our existence of our soul, to grow, to evolve, to become one. So to me, that's kind of what I look at the world like. We are all a piece of the same energy. We're all here right now in this time. And with what's going on in the world, we really need to come together, honestly, because greed, power, there's a lot of shit that doesn't matter that we focus on. And at the end of the day, it means absolutely fucking nothing. We give it value, we make it value, but it really does have none at the end of the day. When you're ill or sick, your money may be able to get you some good doctors, but that doesn't always mean it's going to help you or save you or protect you. So what does money do? Well, it makes life easy, big time. And that's pretty much it. You can still feel like shit inside. You can still have the same problems as those poor people across the road. Just because you got a lot of money doesn't mean everything's all great and all dandy. That comes from within. I mean, I've had no money, I've had lots of money. It didn't make a fucking difference. How I felt inside, that wasn't changing. My value upon myself, that wasn't changing. All money did was hide certain things, and then give you access to use certain things to cover up certain things of what you feel inside. And then before you know it, you got a fucking drug problem or an alcohol problem or some type of addiction that, hey, money give you access to deal with it in a way where, hey, you know, so it's like, we can run, we can hide, but those things, you gotta face them. And that's the straight up truth. I ran from the shit I went through as a child. I used lots of drugs and alcohol to numb the fuck out of it, because I didn't know how to heal from it. I just knew how to survive. Fight or flight. That's basically it. And I've fought and I've ran. I'm always going to do whatever I got to do to survive. And I've been that way since a very young age, and that's just, you know, we all get the hand we get dealt with in life. And that's one thing I did realize as a friggin' kid. And I think that's what kind of scared me, actually, is if I was going through all this fucking shit, what the hell is it preparing me for? Why did I need to be so damn strong? But we all have a purpose. So I'm still figuring out mine. Maybe this is it. Maybe I'm not going to write the book. I mean, I've written it. I've had the chatbot help, but maybe I'm just supposed to talk and be me and just say what I got to say, because usually when I do this on a one-on-one, that's when I feel like I'm more me. And maybe this is the way to do that. Maybe I'm supposed to be me, say what I got to say, and just put it out there. And if people can relate to it, great. And if they can't, they can't. It's okay. I'm just still trying to figure out my way. But most of my life, I've let fear stop me from going after a lot of things. And I'm at the last part of my life. So it's like, I'm going to let fear stop me the whole time. I've fought and I've survived and I'm still here. Yeah, I've been broken. And I am broken. But I'm healing. And I'm not giving up. That's just not in my fucking DNA. That never will be. I know I'm stronger than most people because of the shit I've survived and gone through. And I haven't given up. So, that's it for today. And I'll see you tomorrow.